IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week presented by IVP Sports. Tonight we're coming to you live from Le'Veon Bell Field at Cruiser Stadium but for tonight's matchup between the Lancaster Golden Gales and the Groveport Madison Cruisers. I'm Marion Royster alongside Tim Shoemaker. Shu, it's always great to be up here with you.
Thank you.
Couldn't ask for a better night for football.
Nah, it was great prepping this week and getting the information. Looking forward to tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we get into it, let's get right into it with our pregame program. And tonight's pregame is brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals. Carol and Eric Whittington would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and events in Lancaster. They are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio area since 2003. They would love to help plan your next event. Weddings, special events, even corporate events, all done with a personal touch. They can be reached at 740-689-6991. So, Shu, we'll start with the Lancaster Golden Gales. They got off to a rough start at the beginning of the season, but they didn't panic, to their credit. Responded with one of the more impressive wins, I think, that they've had in the Brian Schoonover era with a 20-0 domination victory against New Albany, and now they're at 3-3 and have a chance for a big win against one of their rivals tonight. And it'd be back-to-back wins, which is something they haven't done in a really long time.
Right, and you know, it's a big game, Marion. Both teams are 3-3.
Yep.
They're both at the top of the conference. No matter how many games you've played, it's always better to be at top than at bottom. And you know what? It looks like we're going to have a heck of a battle tonight because Groveport's going to really try hard to defend their home field, and with losing at Lancaster last year, like you said, the Gales got them last year. I think we're in for a treat tonight.
Absolutely, I think so too. And then on the flip side, we've got Groveport Madison. They've been an interesting story this season. They are 3-3 now, but their 3-3 record probably isn't indicative of the type of football team they have. They've two of their losses have come against undefeated teams, obviously, with Canal Winchester and Gahanna, and then the other loss against a really good Upper Arlington team. So, you know, they have a lot of athleticism, not just in their skill positions, but also on the defensive side of the ball.
No, Coach Westcamp, Coach Westcamp was really excited when he talked about his defense. They're very aggressive. They're very active. They're very athletic. We saw them last year. We were very impressed with how well they played last year. And, you know, when you talk about Groveport's lost to two undefeated teams and a decent Upper Arlington team. I mean, they're combined 16-2.
Right.
But Lancaster's 3 losses are also to teams that are combined 16-2. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's fantastic. So again, everything seems to line up that we should have a really good contest tonight. But as you said, big game for both teams and huge implications as the season goes on. So we're thrilled to be here with you tonight, folks. And now that we're familiar with the two teams, let's talk a little bit more about the keys to the game. And as we do that, tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right.
Both coaches, very clear, very transparent. It comes down to line play.
Yeah.
Of course it does in most games, but these teams, they both want to run the football more, and they both want to dictate that. They want to throw the ball more, which is kind of interesting when I got that from both. Both teams with Bowden here, who's a freshman for Groveport, and you got Burks, a sophomore, on Lancaster. They both want to throw a little more, but Coach Schoonover said we can't make them like long, detailed passing plays where we have to go back and protect, have a lot of protection in our pocket. We're gonna try to run screens, quick hitters, and get the ball out.
Yep.
And he also talked about maybe moving Dickerson around in the lineup a little bit, spots-wise, to give him a little different look, because he really has been carrying their offense.
Absolutely, he has, and he's really their kind of do-it-all player, and it would be really, really neat to see him in some other formations other than just his normal fullback position in that offense. So we'll see how that goes tonight. So as we just about set for kickoff, the Cruisers will be kicking off to the Gales. Back deep is number 24. That's Gunnar Richards. And as we prepare for the kickoff, tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. Kicking off is number 37, Dayton Jones. Short high kickoff. It's received at about the 32-yard line. A little bit of a return there. That's David Thomas, the up back, who gained about 7 yards on that, up to the 34. So we'll get our first look at the Gales offense once again, led by their sophomore quarterback, Brody Burke. And Brody, again, has looked a lot better, as you said, Chu. He's really coming into his own. I was very impressed a couple times in the last game that we covered. Lancaster got into a couple second and long, third and longs, and he completed passes with no problem.
Yeah, he's really improving, according to Coach Schoonover. He said he's really starting to feel more comfortable. And I think once you were a player, once you feel more comfortable, it's a lot easier to play.
Absolutely. Fumbled snap from the start, but there's a flag on the play before we get started.
Well, it's offside.
That'll go against the Cruisers.
Call is offsides against Groveport.
Call is offsides. So they'll move up 5 yards to just short of the 40, and Lancaster will reset it.
Really got to watch defensively for Jalen Joyce from the Cruisers. We saw him last year as a young player. I believe, this year he's a junior now, but he's really smart and he's, according to Coach Westgate, he's special.
That's right. Does a lot of things right. There's the handoff on the inside. That's to number 3, Xavier Goss. Just short of the first down. So
he's moving.
They're moving the chain. So he did pick up the first down. He was pretty close to that marker, and it looks like he got it. So Lancaster will get a fresh set of downs. Set up at the 45. And it looks like we had another offsides penalty against the Cruisers.
Yeah, they had somebody jump on the left side.
Offsides, Groveport.
And I know you got a chance to talk to Coach Westcamp, and that's something that has been certainly one of their Achilles heel throughout the season, not just penalties, but pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, boy, you know what? You're in week 7. That's got to get cleaned up.
Right.
I mean, he knows that. I mean, I'm not preaching to the coach, but you got to clean that up as a player.
Of course. Broke under center again, hands to Goss. Nice gainer around the right side. Again, very close to a first down.
Well, I think Coach Schoonover would be all in for 1st and 5s.
Absolutely. And even more for 2nd and 1s. And I think that's one of those things, Shoot, tonight, I think for Lancaster, this is going to be a really good matchup. Again, while they have a lot of athleticism on Groveport's side of the ball, the strength of Lancaster with that attacking offense, and we haven't even called Dickerson's name yet, and Lancaster seems to be moving the ball really well on the ground. This time Burke will set up in the gun with Dickerson to his right and trips left. Quick game, ball's tipped, and falls incomplete out of bounds.
I didn't see who got that tip, but that's what Coach Schoonover was talking about. We're just going to get rid of it quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. He goes, I don't know if we can keep them out. He said their defensive line is so good. I don't know. Here we go. Who got that?
Yeah, that was number 3, Luke Stewart, with the nice tip. As always, our replays are brought to you by Dagger Law. And this is Dickerson on the inside handoff. He'll push ahead for 2. Again, very close to another first down, and looks like he has it. So move the chains again for the Gales, and they are now in Groveport territory at the 45-yard line. Dylan Bird out wide, I formation, Richards in motion, and will be stopped for another pre-snap penalty and another offside call. That's 3 in the first 6 plays.
Offsides, Groveport.
Somebody's got to figure this out on the Groveport side. What's going on here?
Or a substitution is normally made by these times.
Yes, that's true.
So
Let's look
at the
see.
Dagger Law replay. Yeah, you can see it looks like the left end is over the ball.
I mean, that's easy for the side judge to see that.
Yeah, and that's just an alignment issue, like you said, that really needs to be cleaned up, Shoe.
Yeah.
Inside handoff to Dickerson. He has a little bit of room, is spun down, very close to another first down.
I mean, that's 3 1st and 5s.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
Right. So just methodically, Lancaster is just moving the ball down the field, again with some assistance from some pre-snap penalties by the Cruisers. Under 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
And you know, one of the things Coach Westcamp, said very much is a definitely key to this game is we have to get their offense off the field.
Shift formations. Tight end comes to the left. Another handoff to Dickerson. He stood up and actually pushed back. Forward progress will still keep him short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd down, possibly a long 2.
Here you go. Great penetration. Cruiser's line just blew that thing up.
Yeah, excellent penetration. Dickerson never had a chance to really get his legs going. Hard to get some momentum when that doesn't happen. And now here's the inside handoff. This time Richards is spun and then hit solidly
Picks up a first down for Lancaster.
by number 36, Altrovius Glenn. But not before he gains another Gale first down. Now we'll have a timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field.
Got a player down.
We do, yes.
Looking at things though, Maury, I'm coming in, I look at the schedule, we're all league games from now on.
That's right.
And both teams are sitting 1-0. And somebody's going to be 2-0 and at the top of the league with 3 games to go.
Right.
So you look at the Lancaster schedule, that beating that Central Crossing team who Coach Westcamp told me has much improved. And when you look at that schedule, there's nobody on there they can't beat. Now, I know Pickering Central is not typically 3-3, and they will have very good players and be very well coached.
For sure.
But they're beatable.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely the other people on that schedule also. So there's a lot of good things opening up here for both these teams, possibly.
Inside handoff to Goss. He goes around the right side, gets about 4 yards until he's drugged down.
Number 3, Xavier Goss.
Give him a gain of about 6.
Yeah. Now let's look at the Cruiser schedule. Like I said, they've won 3 out of their last 4, and you say, well, those teams aren't real good. But you know what? At the Division I level, it's hard to win.
That's right.
So you take them, and here you are. And again, they go to Central next week, and if they can get this game tonight, they'll be on a high.
That's right. All about momentum, especially at this time of the year. This time, Burke's in the gun. They're going to try the screen to the tight end, but it's thrown wide, just out of the outstretched hands of Cameron Griffin. But he was under some quick pressure.
Well, I would also say, looking at that call, in this situation, this is a 4-down territory. So
absolutely.
they're thinking, we still got 2 more downs to get 4 yards.
Right. Yep. And they, of course, have the excellent weapon of a kicker, J.D. Thomas, who's been just tremendous. We'll talk, I'm sure, a lot more about him as the night goes on. Quick to the line is Burke under center. The snap is fumbled, but Dickerson picks it up and gains about 7 yards for a first down. Well, looky what I found.
Wow. What was the play Ohio State used to have?
Yeah, Fumblerooski, is what it looked like to me.
There you go.
Don't know if it was designed, but it certainly worked out. Maybe they should think about putting it in the playbook.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I doubt that, yeah. A little bit too risky. So 1st and 10. Gales now at the 14-yard line. Ooh, end around to Goss, but he is hit and stuck. 21, Jalen Joyce.
That's who we talked about.
Junior, there he is. You're right. Yep. Again, so much talent on this Dagger, as we look at the Dagger Law replay. So much talent on this.
Watch Jalen come here, just getting through everybody. He's 5'11", 255.
Yeah, he's a load. And he can move for his size. That's the thing that makes him so tough to block in the defensive end.
His team nickname, Monster.
Monster. He'll get some short yardage work on the offensive side. And here it is again in the backfield.
Who is that?
That time it's Keyshawn Calhoun. I just called him Keyshawn Johnson.
He's the other one. He's 6'3", 245.
Yes.
I mean, this is just...
As we look at the Dagger Law replay.
Can't get him blocked.
Well, when guys, again, with that kind of speed, shoot the gaps like that, they know what's coming. That's why you got to really, try some misdirections and things like that, because if they see plays like that coming, that's too much athleticism to ask your offensive line to try to get in front of that.
Yeah, there's a good pick right there. Keyshawn,
a tremendous athlete. Again, as you said, 6'3", 245. Runs like a deer. Now we're back to live action. A short gainer by Dickerson.
Now what they'll do, try a field goal, be 45 yards roughly.
Looks like the field goal unit is coming on. Another Madison player on the ground. And beg your pardon, on the last injured player, that was Marshawn Johnson. He limped off the field. Not sure if he made his return. We'll get some information on the player that happens to be down now as we take an official's timeout.
Well, the Gales have used up almost half of the quarter.
Yes, they have. Yeah, they have. It's, again, plays right into Coach Schoonover's game plan, I'm sure.
Since we haven't made the scoreboard move yet, we'll talk about it. Tonight's first half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Automotive Family. The Buckeye, Honda, Nissan, and Toyota dealerships would like to wish all of our local athletes best of luck this season. Learn more at buckeyecars.com.
Injured player was number 14, Rashad King. Or excuse me, it looks like Malik Dewis, I'm sorry.
Let's go, boy.
Yes, that's 14, Malik Dewis. Holding his shoulder. We'll hope that Malik is okay. As Lancaster sets up for a field goal try.
44 yards.
44 yards. This would be his career long. Oh, and we have an offsides.
Well, and now it's going to be 39. Wow.
That's 4 offsides penalties in the first drive.
Substitution.
Yeah, and again, that's not one of the ones where you line up wrong. But again, another one where you're looking right down the line, you see the football, you just cannot jump and give them, what would already be a long field goal, a better shot at it.
Well, his long this year was 37. So this is 2 yards further. So let's see.
J.D. Thomas will set up.
Wow.
He gets into it, and it's good.
Easily.
Thomas's field goal is good.
Fantastic kick by J.D. Thomas to put Lancaster on the scoreboard 3-0 after a long, convincing drive against the Groveport Madison Cruisers.
Yeah, J.D.'s 5 for 6 this year. A new long.
Yes, and the new long again. He's been an amazing weapon. We talk about it seems like almost every other week, but it is that important in a high school game to have a kicker. It just really changes the game.
I think at all levels, to be honest.
Yeah, at all levels.
So you're even in high school, you're very fortunate. But J.D., what's unique about him, Marianne, is he plays receiver on offense once in a while, and a very talented young man.
Yeah, I was reading again earlier this week that he did not begin kicking until his sophomore year. So it's really incredible that he was able to not just pick it up that quickly, but be as good as he has gotten as a kicker. It's just really tremendous credit to JD and his work ethic. So JD will kick off with 5 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Been practicing that name all week, Shu. I may need some help as the night goes on.
Yeah, Jace was second team All-Ohio last year.
Here's a kick straight down the middle to Nancy Helser. He'll take it 7 yards deep, and it'll be a touchback.
Yeah, I think what Coach Westcamp told me, it's just Nintz Helser.
Nintz Helser, okay.
Nintz
All
Helser,
right.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I had to ask him. I wanted to make sure.
well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Want to make sure we get it right. As someone who gets his name mispronounced more times than not,
sure.
I certainly understand.
I mean, he's got 12 letters in his last name.
Right.
How about this?
As we take a look at the Groveport Madison defense coming to the sideline, they have an opportunity to, looks like, review some plays live on the scoreboard there. Well, not scoreboard, but the monitor they have on the sideline. That's got to be an incredible advantage for coaching and for their players to scheme up what they're missing out on. But really, it's just a matter of making sure that they're lined up right for half of that, I'm sure.
Hey, a picture's worth 1,000 words, I used to say.
That's right. That's right. So the Cruiser offense will take the field, again led by their freshman quarterback, Baker Bowden. Lots of athletes on this Groveport Madison offense. We'll see in a couple different formations. Again, led by Rashad King, number 15.
Illegal block against Groveport.
And Jalen Joyce will also get some time in the backfield. Again, he's more of their short yardage backfield.
Yes.
And does some damage when he does get the ball. So a legal block was called on the Cruisers, which will back them up another 15 yards. So they'll start inside their own 10-yard line.
That's 5 penalties in this quarter.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Not a good way to start for the Cruisers. Bowden under center. Hands on the quick hitter inside trap.
Number 10, Lucas Reed.
That was Luke Stewart on the carry. Bring up 2nd and 7. This time Bowden will be in the gun. Lancaster defensive line will shift. Looks like we've got a stoppage. Equipment malfunction.
Either that or blood.
That's Jeremiah Moore. Yeah, has to come out for at least a play, it looks like. They'll reset with Jariah Golden taking his place, number 4. And Bowden will line up in the gun. King to his left. He'll hand to King as he hits on the inside. Excellent open field tackle by Brendan Simcox. But not before a really nice game by King.
Yeah, I mean, that was like student body right. They brought some people out there to really get him loose. And I'll tell you, he was one tackle away from a huge gain. Watch right here.
Play.
Good block right there. And good tackle, like you said.
Very nice open field tackle, but again, nice job there by the left tackle, Jackson Stolfer. And that'll give the Cruisers a fresh set of downs. Now Bowden back under center. Again, inside trap play to Lucas Reed.
Lucas Reed, the ball carrier.
He gains about 5 yards on that play. Bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Lucas is the second, has the second most carries of the offense, behind Rashad King. He plays that fullback spot. Rashad gets a majority from his wing, and then they use the other wing most of the time, just like they'll even, like you said, bring Jalen Joyce in or whatever to block. It's an extra blocker. Right.
And you got 3 of the Cruiser backs all averaging over 5 yards a carry. This time Bowden will fake and try to run on the left side, but he's hit and pushed backwards. And now tackled by a swarm of Gales for a big loss. Fantastic pursuit on that play by the Golden Gales.
Yeah, that didn't fool anybody. You see the replay here. Watch. He tries to fake it up inside. And like you talked about earlier, some misdirection. That didn't fool anybody.
No, it did not. I'm trying to see who had that first hit because that was an excellent job. And that's number 9, Jackson Burke. And Jackson Burke and Xavier Goss, both at the last game that we saw, the Lancaster defense just played a tremendous game. This time it's an outside handoff to King.
Oh, wow, what a play
and
by
what a
Dickerson.
play by Dickerson. able to make a really nice open field tackle before King's able to get ahead of steam.
On the punt for the Cruisers, number 2, Jace Hensey-Helzer.
Watch Dickerson come across. Right there.
For the Gales,
wow,
number 15.
pretty loose.
Yep, King was pretty loose with the football.
Yeah.
He's lucky that there wasn't a second Gale there to try to knock the ball out.
Well, that's how you want a linebacker to come there from the opposite side.
Scraping right. I mean, that was textbook right there. Excellent job by Dickerson. Groveport will punt. That's Jason's. Shorter punt. Will bounce dead out of bounds at the Groveport 47-yard line. 22-yard punt.
25, I think, Marion.
25.
Yeah, at the 42 here.
Okay. Oh, 42, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
He gets 25 yards on us. So that's
Yes.
good field, position here for the Gales again to start from. And, I mean, you're going to be in trouble if you do that or not.
Yeah. Honestly, Shu, that logo is so big it threw me off.
It is.
I mean, it caroons into the 40-yard line. Now it's a handoff to, looks like Dickerson?
No.
No, I'm sorry. That's Gunnar Richards.
Yeah, that's the first time he's run one tonight.
Yes. Yeah. Nice handoff through the middle for Richards to pick up.
Yeah, I know Coach Gunnar was real happy with the development of the line, progress they've made, because they've really only had one person back from last year, and he's real happy with the backs overall.
This time Richards will motion out. Give us to Goss.
Good hard run.
Straight up the middle. Yes, it was a good hard run. Gain of about 3.5.
Third down and short for the Gales.
We'll have third and about a yard. About 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Lancaster again on a very nice drive. Always helps when you're able to start on the opponent's side of the field. This time inside handoff trap, Dickerson on the carry. He looks to have the first down, and he does.
So Nitzel's will come up right there. He's Coach Westcamp talked about him. He's a hybrid. He plays a strong safety, but he can play linebacker. He comes up, he reads things really well. He's a leading tackler. Like I said, he was second-team All-Ohio last year, so he's really a talent back there.
This time end-around handoff to Richards. He breaks through 2 tackles and runs after contact to get another 4 yards, we'll say.
Gunnar Richards picks up 3.
Tackled by Stewart for the Cruisers.
This might be the last play of the quarter here.
As we tick down to about 30 seconds remaining. All right. Second down and 7. Handoff on the outside to Goss. Very nice gain, but a flag on the play.
Number 3, Xavier Goss picks up 3, but there's a flag on the play.
That looked like after the whistle. So we'll see what the call is there. As we look at the replay here, Goss running around the left side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit extra.
Personal foul against Groveport.
That's Jalen Joyce.
Attention fans in the stadium. Please remember to keep the aisles clear and no standing along the railings. Thank you.
See, they have, a situation right there, Marion. You just got to let that go. I mean, the play's behind, and, the official's going to see that. That's a 15-yarder.
Yeah, another very costly penalty for the Cruisers.
I didn't see the official signal.
Didn't either, but they have walked it off.
Yeah.
And that'll put the Gales inside the 10-yard line as we go to the end of quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Lancaster 3.
With the Lancaster Golden Gales leading the Groveport Madison Cruisers 3-0. So as we take a few minutes here between quarters, we'd like to, surprise, surprise, take a minute to honor the man to my right, Tim Shoemaker.
Be careful.
Oh, no.
Come on.
So, Tim, we've talked about on a couple of our other broadcasts, but Tim is celebrating 25 years with Interface Video. We wanted to take a second just to recognize him and everything that he's done for Interface Video. Just a tremendous job here, doing play-by-play. Excellent. There's some old video, 1999.
Very old. Yeah.
The nice curly hair there, but Tim just has for so many years done so many things. Again, there's 2016 with the three of us there, and I think that was the first year that I started with Interface. So it's just been such an amazing opportunity to work with you, Tim. I know I echo the sentiments of the rest of the staff here. You were not only a tremendous broadcaster for us, but an amazing coach and educator, and a great official also in your own right. So a man of many talents, and not to mention a phenomenal athlete back in his day. Averaged a double-double his senior year of high school. I did my Google homework.
Wow.
So such an honor, just such an amazing man. I've learned so much from you, Tim. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do. This is just such an awesome experience to be able to bring this to the kids, and really the community of Fairfield County and those. So thank you for all you've done with Interface.
Well, that's humbling. I mean, I appreciate that. It's honestly, and I don't mean this in any other way, but it's been my privilege. I find this as fun.
Yes.
This is not work.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Sure.
It keeps me to watch kids. Talking to two coaches this week that are absolutely tremendously transparent and honest is part of the fun for me.
Sure.
And working with people like you and the crew downstairs. It is. People go, what do you think about that? And I said, we have a good time.
We really do.
We do. And we're some of the most professional people I've ever worked with.
Yes,
So,
I would agree as
thanks,
well.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you. Tackle for a loss here. Nice play by Jalen Joyce as he brings Gunnar Richards down.
Gunnar Richards brought down for a loss.
Bring up third down.
And number 21.
And goal. Actually, just short of the goal.
Jalen Joyce.
Looks like 3rd and 8 as we look at the Dagger Law replay. That end-around sweep handoff.
Yeah, really good D right there.
Excellent penetration.
That's Joyce. Thumbs down to it.
Thumbs down.
Yep.
Back to live action. We have an inside handoff.
Gunnar Richards picks up a couple yards, brings up 4th down.
He gains about 3 yards, and we'll see if we see J.D. Thomas back on the field. Looks like he's coming back on.
On for the field goal attempt is number 25, J.D. Thomas.
For the Gales. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. This will be about a 25-yard field goal attempt. Jackson Burke on the hold. We have another penalty. That's going to be a delay game.
Delay of game against Lancaster.
Wow, those pictures stun me. They're so old I can't remember when I had dark hair, Marion. It's been that long.
1999.
Wow.
That was,
that's a few moons ago. Yeah, those were on VHS.
Producer Bob DePerry says it was a VHS tape, so that just tells you how long ago it's been. Thomas will try 5 yards further back, but no problem. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Wow. That
looked tough from our angle, but it looked like it might have just gone over the right goalpost. But
there's no challenge flags.
Yeah, called no good nevertheless. So that will give the Cruisers the ball back. In their own territory. 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big, thing for Lancaster not to be able to score after being right there at the 5 or 6 yard line.
Right.
Big hold for Groveport and keeps them right in the game.
We don't have stats here, but I'm sure the time of possession is just completely to the Gale side. So we'll see if Groveport can mount some sort of drive here. This time inside handoff.
They're trying to establish that fullback as always.
Yes, they are. Again, that's number 10, Lucas Reed, carry. Gain of about 5 yards.
Lucas Reed, the ball carrier,
when we
picks up
watch-
4, brings up second down and 6.
There's a lot of versions of all offenses, but when you watch the wing T, there's different styles of this. I mean, we saw Hartley against Carroll earlier in the year. There were a lot of quick tosses and those kinds of things. They were trying to get on the perimeter more, where both these teams try to establish the fullback.
Yeah. Bowden under the center this time. He'll give to King around the right side. Nice play in the backfield by
Rashad King
J.D.
is brought
Thomas.
down for a loss.
We talked about it, Chip.
Make it third
He's
down
not
and
just a
9 for
kicker.
the
He will
Cruise.
make plays on the defensive side of the football, and that time he got off the block and made a nice play in the backfield.
Well, they did a good job of stringing this play out. And what I mean is they just kept pushing it toward the sideline, and now Pursuit can get there. And a great play by J.D. Thomas.
Great play by J.D. Thomas. Using his defensive line, shedding that block, and able to get to the ball carrier. Push him back. Looked like about 4-yard loss on that play, so it'll be 3rd and 9. And I know with the freshman quarterback, Bowden has been doing a little bit better this year, but you try to avoid 3rd and longs, and make things a little easier on him. This time he'll be in the gun, rolling to his left. He'll dump it out of the backfield. Pass is caught, but pushed out of bounds.
Hands on the mark here. Mark is
Baker
short.
Bowden's
Elijah
pass complete
Simmons.
to number 0, Elijah Simmons. Good enough for a cruiser.
And
First
they are going to give
down.
him a first down shoe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought the same.
I thought from
but
looking at the markers across from where he's standing, I didn't think he was beyond the 20.
I thought the same.
Okay.
But nevertheless,
30, I mean.
yeah, no measurement. And,
Okay.
it will be the first down.
That's why I don't officiate
This
anymore,
evening.
Marlon. Okay.
Well, we all know how good you were once upon a time. This time, Bowden on a straight drop back out of the gun. He'll scoot forward, but not before he's gobbled up.
Bowden keeps it for
Darius
1 yard.
Darcy.
Brings
I'm
up
sorry,
second
Darius
down and 9.
Dancy. Excellent play from his defensive end.
Yeah, just the effort.
Yes.
Watch
Not
here
putting
on the
play.
replay. I mean, he's beyond the play, but watch him continue. Play on. That's great effort right there.
Very nice job there.
Because it appeared Bowden was going to get some big yardage.
Cody McCoy from his linebacker position also there to scrape and clean up. So a very short gainer on that one to bring up 2nd and 9. Bowden again in the gun. Inside handoff to King. Actually, no, he'll bounce it to the left.
Rashad King around the left end.
Smacked out of bounds by number
Picks up about
23,
9.
Isaiah
Brings up
Sweet.
3rd down is short.
And that's what they'd really like to do, is get him on the perimeter.
Correction, let's make
He's
that
had
3rd
the
and 2.
most carries for them this year. And you watch here, and as you said, he's going to bounce out. But he's averaging over 100 yards a game.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get him the ball.
Yeah, major cog in their offense and
Yes.
hard to tackle in space. Although Sweet did a really nice job of that time.
I mean, he's got 7 touchdowns also to lead the team.
He does make them go. This time, very important 3rd and short. Give this off
Rashad
tackle
King
to
picks
King
up a
once again.
Groveport first down.
And he does have a first down. So a couple consecutive first downs by the Cruisers. Looks like they're trying to put something together here.
Well, as you know, offense is rhythmic, and you got to get rhythm going.
It is.
And,
It is.
And you watch professional, you watch college and high school. It's no different. Offense is all about getting some kind of rhythm.
Back to the line of scrimmage I formation. Bowden will be under center. Hand again out of the eye to King. Tries to bounce it to the outside, but
Rashad King, the ball
tackled
carrier,
by a
picks up 1,
host
brings up
of
2nd
Yale
down and 9.
defenders, led by number 8, Kelton Fisher. Just coming up on 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Lancaster still holding on to a 3-0 lead. Gale's defense has played very well this evening. Bowden straight drop back. He'll try a deep ball. Intended for number 16.
Bowden's
Josh
pass
Moore.
intended for number 16, Des Payton, incomplete.
But fantastic coverage by Brandon Simcox.
Yeah, really good throw, I thought.
Very nice throw. Great spot.
Here it comes. Right to you.
Pretty good coverage there. Excellent camera work there by Tom Russo, our sideline cameraman. Looked like it could have possibly been pass interference, depending on how you look at it, but nothing was called. This time Bowden rolling to his right, almost intercepted, but broken up.
Pass intended for number 4, Jariah Gold, incomplete.
Again, Kelton Fisher on that breakup. He had a nice beat on that ball
sure did.
and broke on it, and that was almost a pick six.
Yeah, he's playing center field back there. And
yes, he was.
That's a long throw for Bowden. You'll see again here on the replays. He's rolling right. That's a long throw, Marion. And you know what? There wasn't enough mustard on that ball to say the least. And wow.
Wow. Yeah, he was right there. Pass could have been intercepted.
Been costly.
Would have been a huge momentum shift. Nevertheless, it does force a fourth down. So the Cruisers will punt.
Pretty nice punt.
Nice punt there. Down to the 23-yard line. Traden Roby on the return. Gained about 7 yards.
Lancaster takes over 1st and 10 from their own 26.
And that'll start the Gales on their own inside their own 30-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, 32 yards net on that. That's I'm sure that's a little lower than average high school right now. But it does flip the field and forces Lancaster to drive 75 yards.
Yeah, it does. Let's take a look at some other scores as we take a minute. Bloom Carroll and Logan Elm, that contest just getting started. There'll be a very tough matchup tonight. Fairfield Christian out to a 21-7 lead. Miller Falcons leading Fisher Catholic 14-0. There's a short handoff there on the inside. Looks like it was Dickerson on the carry.
Yeah, Jaden Joyce was running with the ball there.
Cole Dickerson, the ball carrier, picks up 1, brings up 2nd down and 9.
Brings up a 2nd and 9 for the Gales.
He plays with a spirit.
Yes, he does.
You know,
yes, he does.
And that's what you look for. Not just the talent and physical tools, but he has a spirit.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those ones where you have a player that plays with such intensity. You want him to play right up to the edge, just not go over the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Causing negative plays. Hand off to the first man through. That's Xavier Goss.
You can come to the game and maybe not even have any awareness, and if you sit long enough, those kind of players stand out. Players like him, like Cole Dickerson,
for sure.
Because they're involved in a lot of plays.
And on this level, again, it's you have a leader like that, you have a player that's special like that. It's so infectious to the rest of the team. That's why coaches love to have him so much. Tight formation here. This give is to Dickerson. He stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't look like he's going to get much. Nowhere close to the first down on a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that's the stiffest I felt in the game so far, that the Groveport defensive line just kind of fought or battled a little tougher.
Yes, they did. Looks like they kind of
number 25, J.D. Thomas.
Playing with a lot more toughness than they did initially. So that'll bring up 4th and 5. Gales will be in a punt formation. J.D. Thomas back to punt. Back to return is Nieselser. Short punt. Jace will let it bounce in front of him, and it'll be blown dead at the 29-yard line. Just remind everyone to stay tuned at halftime for our halftime band show. Tonight, we don't have the Gales marching band, but we will have the Groveport Madison Cruisers marching band. Looking forward to that. And the halftime band show will be brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home.
Attention, ladies and
Crematory
gentlemen.
and Monuments. Family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Nobody's home.
So the Cruiser offense will take over. Just under 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll go back to the shotgun formation. Bowden with King to his right. He has some time. Again, going to try for a deep ball. And that is a jump ball that's caught. And taken inside of the Lancaster 30-yard line.
Good enough for a cruiser. First down.
Watch here.
Josh Moore on the reception.
He just made a great effort to get the ball here.
That's a jump ball.
Yeah, he just made a great effort. I'm getting the ball.
Yes, he did. Maybe slightly missed time by the defensive back. That was Isaiah Sweet covering on that play.
Yeah,
just
Josh
didn't get it at the high point.
Yeah, he's the leading receiver on the team.
Yeah, he's a great athlete. This time it's King, who's wrapped up in the backfield. By
King, the
Cody
ball
McCoy
carrier.
from his linebacker spot. Nice job of penetration there by the Gales.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down and 11.
Bring up 2nd and 11. Shotgun formation once again. Bowden straight drop back, looking. He'll roll to his left. Have a man open, but it's overthrown and intercepted. Jackson Burke. Right place, right time.
Bowden's pass intended for Lucas Reed.
And converts on the interception to give the
Incomplete,
ball
but
back to the Golden
intercepted by
Gales.
number 9.
Yeah, he's usually catching them on
Jackson
offense.
Burke.
Yes, he is.
The Golden Gales take over
Look
first
at
and
Bowden
10.
here. He's scrambling.
From their
Going to
own
his left.
13.
Again, you know, we've talked about this running left and throwing the right-hander. It's tough.
It is tough. It is tough. And he had a man wide open, Reed, over the middle there, and just overshot him. It's just a tough break, tough play. Again, the freshman who's done some nice things this season, really presents as an older player. Just by looking at him on the field, you wouldn't think he was in his first year of high school football. But those are the things that are going to come when you have a freshman quarterback.
It's true.
Gunnar Richards hit hard and fumbled, and it's scooped up by Groveport and returned for a touchdown. There are no flags on the play, and that's going to stand.
That's a big play.
That is a huge play by the Cruisers as they hit Gunnar Richards before he even got going and had a chance to secure the football. Talk about a momentum swing as we look at the Daggerlaw replay.
Watch here, come right through the defense. Came through a double team. Who made that tackle? Number 2? Yep.
That's Jason Intelser.
Yep. Nitzelser, that's why he is what he is.
He is.
Timeout, Groveport.
It looks like Groveport's going to take a timeout before they have a chance to
That's Groveport's first timeout. They have 2 remaining in the half.
And Groveport's excited, as well they should be. That was a fantastic play by the defense to really help the offense out, get some points on the board. And as we talk about the halftime band show, we also want to remind you that it was brought to you by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help, personal or banking, business, whatever you need. We take it seriously because we know you do. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Link. Beautiful shot here. It is such a pretty field, Shu. Really nice field. Really
Great setting.
Just an excellent setting. Great night to watch football in. As now the Cruisers will line up for the extra point. Christian Gutierrez will boot it good.
Gutierrez
And
kick
put
is
an
good.
extra point on the
Your
board for
score
the
now.
Cruisers. They
Lancaster
now have the
3.
lead, 7-0.
Groveport Medicine
I'm sorry,
7.
7-3, excuse me. With just a little over 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, you know, if you can't get the offense going, then get more aggressive defensively, and they have.
That's right.
You know, Nitzelser came up from that spot and got through a double team, created that fumble, which scoop and score. And, I mean, that's a big way to turn momentum. Points are big tonight.
Yes, yeah, really good. You're not going to
Kicking
have
off for the Cruisers,
as
number
many
33,
opportunities
Christian
as you
Gutierrez.
have with both teams. The ball control offenses that they run.
Yep.
So when you have opportunities to make plays on the defensive end like that, those are just huge. And then again, coming right after a turnover,
Back deep for the Golden
Lancaster
Gales,
had
number
forced. They
24.
just you couldn't
Gunnar
ask for a bigger
Richards.
play. out of the Groveport defense on that one. So the Cruisers will line up to kickoff once again. Gutierrez gets ready to boot it. Gunnar Richards back to return for the Gales. Another short sky kick received by the up back. He'll take it straight forward. Nice return there. Push forward to the 40-yard line. That was number 13, Dylan Bird.
Number 13, Dylan Bird brings the ball out for Lancaster. The Gales will take over first and 10 from their own 40.
Give Lancaster pretty good field position with just a little over 2 minutes remaining.
See what they do. I'm interested because Groveport has gotten more assertive, more aggressive, and just the time before I just talked about, I felt their defensive line and they're getting more assertive and more comfortable and really taking it to the Gale line.
Formation shift. Burke under center. Will hand to Dickerson. Dickerson with a nice gain.
Yeah.
7 yards off the middle. Hurdling tacklers.
Cole Dickerson, the ball carrier. Picks up 7.
We'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Make that 6, please.
As
second
that
down
clock
and 4.
ticks down under 2 minutes. Lancaster will hurry to the line. Another inside handoff, but this time it's stretched out. Dickerson will be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. As that clock still ticks down, Lancaster
Cole Dickerson is brought down for a loss now.
Choosing not to take one. They may be trying to see what happens on that first set of plays.
I think you're right.
As opposed to if they were to stop the clock and then give it right back to the Cruisers.
Run the play in from the side here, so let's see. I'm not sure Brady Burke has put the ball in the air tonight. I can't remember.
I think you're right. I do not recall if he's had an attempt or not. He's under center right now. There'll be another left side handoff to Gunnar Richards. He spins close to a first down.
I think they're going to give it to him.
Gunnar Richards, the ball carrier. Picks up enough for another Lancaster first down.
But yes, he does get the first down there.
Great effort.
Move right at the 50-yard line. If you look at the Daggerlaw replay.
Yeah, watch him come up. Watch all the traffic there.
Timeout Lancaster. That's their first.
That's a very nice run.
They have 2 remaining in this half.
13 tacklers. Nice tackle to try to keep him short, but he did a nice job of making sure that he got there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
have another timeout here. We'll take a look to update you on the scores. Another big matchup tonight. Canal Winchester at Westerville North. That's an undefeated Canal
Customs
Winchester team.
for all your cruiser gear next to the concession stand. That's Kate Customs for all your cruiser gear. Right down there next to the concession stand.
Mid-state league
You
contest
go over and get some popcorn and a hot dog and a soda while you're there.
Currently. Also, Liberty Union and Fairfield Union don't have a score for that one yet, but that should be a good one. Millersport taking on Grove City Christian. We have a 0-0 score so far in the first quarter there. Again, the Miller Falcons, a 14-0 lead over Fisher Catholic. Fairfield Christian, a 35-7 lead over Bishop Rosecrans. And again, no score for the Bloom Carroll.
Gunnar Richards, the ball carrier.
Another really nice
picks up 4, brings up
contest
second down and
Back
6.
to live action, a 4-yard gain there.
Correction, make that
Able
5.
to get out of
Second
bounds
down
and
and
stop
5.
the clock.
Yeah, that Buckeye division in the mid-state, with you've got Carroll, whose only loss was the opening week to Harvest Prep, and then you've got an undefeated Logan Elm team, Terry Holbert's team down at Logan Elm, and then Hamilton Township.
Yes.
It's undefeated also.
Yep.
So there's some good football games coming up in that division
Very
here
good
at the end.
football games, yes.
Timeout,
We'll have another
Groveport.
timeout.
That's their second.
time
They
by
have
Groveport.
1 remaining.
And with that, as a reminder, you can find live and past games on our YouTube channel. Just
Don't forget,
search for
stick around at
CLN, your
halftime
hometown
for a
connection
great
on YouTube.
halftime
To
show
find
from
games
the
and other
Groveport
local
Medicine High
programs.
School Marching
While
Band.
you're there, make sure to
Also,
click
please remain in
subscribe
the
so you won't
bleachers
miss any
unless
action.
you're using the
And
restroom
also,
or getting
if you're on
items from the
Facebook
concession
and X,
stand.
check us out on those social media platforms as well. Just search for Interface Video Productions.
It's like you were saying earlier, Sheila. I feel so fortunate to be a part of the broadcast because I remember, back in the mid-'90s when I was in high school, and it was such a joy for our team to be able to watch when we were the team that got selected to be on, as we called it back then. It was Cable 5 football, but it was the game of the week, and if your team was on, it'd come on the next morning around 10 a.m. on Saturday, and you got to watch yourself on TV. So the fact that we're able to not only bring this to the community, but also have it streamed live and available, you know, it's really a cool thing, and I know the players really appreciate it. This time looks like it might be a double pass. The long pass looks, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I like the call.
Yeah, a very creative call there by
Toss back to Cole Dickerson. His pass is
almost like they would have had it, but
brings
just
up
a tad
3rd down and 5.
Yeah, that first one's got to be behind the line, behind the passer. And he just didn't have quite the accuracy. I don't know who threw that ball. Did you see?
I believe it was Jackson Burke.
Okay.
Not a bad time to try it as well.
No.
On second and 5.
Yeah.
40 seconds remaining. We'll see here if Lancaster tries to get just enough to maybe attempt a long field goal by Thomas.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts.
Yeah. Oh, this time it will roll to his left. Burke will try a deep shot, jump ball, but it falls incomplete as well, but there's a flag on the play.
I think he's going to call offensive on the offensive player.
Pass is incomplete. There's a flag on the play. That should be on you.
As we wait to...
That's just my guess from watching it from such a distance. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's going to come from the offensive player coming back to try and make a catch. I don't know.
I really didn't see anything from the offense or the defense on that one.
The call is pass interference against Groveport.
Call it on the defense.
Wow.
Oh.
And again, that's why I'm in the booth and they're down there, Marion.
Speaking of which, let's take a second to really thank our officials. Our referee tonight is Dennis Ray, the umpire Tony Taylor, linesman Derek Irwin, line judge Logan Wolf, the back judge Rick Allen, and the center judge Dan.
Lancaster has it 1st and 10. The Groveport 30.
Nice job as always by our officiating crew. Brody Burke under center. 1st and 10, he'll hand to Cole Dickerson. Just around the left side. Gain of about 7 yards.
Cole Dickerson, the ball carrier, picks up about 3, brings up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, they're going to use one of their timeouts here, which is wise.
Timeout, Lancaster.
Timeout. I tell you, they were really helped out by that pass interference.
Oh my gosh.
That's a huge call.
Those are big calls. I mean, you know, we watch, as I said, we watch football on the weekends and stuff. I really don't know how to determine some of it. There's so much contact now.
Yes.
Hand, they're holding arms and they're not holding arms. And I'm like, man, I don't know how you know, in other words, how do you define it exactly?
Yeah.
It's subjectivity.
Extremely subjective, a very loose interpretation, again, depending on which official's calling it. And really, all you can ask is that the officials be consistent. So if they're going to let you play, then let them play. So at least you know what the expectations are, and then you can plan and play the way you need to play based on what the officials will let you do.
I mean, that's a great point. And I mean, I'm impressed. Honestly, you were a receiver. I'm impressed with how they can catch with somebody tugging on your arm or pulling your hand.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Lots of drills that are done to try to help with that.
There you go.
This time I'll try an inside receiver screen. Thrown high, almost intercepted, but falls incomplete.
So we're seeing here on the replay, Coach Kuno was going to a few from the playbook, man. He said he was going to.
It's 3rd down and long.
Intended for Gunnar Richards. Sailed that a bit. He was lucky that pass was
yeah, I mean, they've still got 23 seconds and 2 timeouts. You can do a lot of things here.
Right.
And you have the kicker and J.D. Thomas back there.
Run game still very much in play with 2 timeouts. As Goss comes on the field, a late double handoff inside to Gunnar Richards, and the Cruisers were not fooled at all.
Is that Jalen Joyce again? Nope. I think that was doubted.
Gunnar Richards, the ball carrier.
So that will bring up fourth down, and after a loss of a few yards, leaves Lancaster with a tough decision here.
I mean, you kick this, it's going to be 49 yards.
Yeah,
that's a long way.
Yeah, and Thomas has shown an amazing leg. Not sure if it's a 49-yard type of leg, but he may get an opportunity as we see
he's
him
out
on
there.
the field. They're going to give him a shot at it. Groveport does have one timeout remaining.
You know what, it would be good if you had this in your arsenal as a little fake field goal.
It wouldn't be,
This would be the time.
Yeah, why not?
You know, you need 2 or 3 yards.
You got to think Groveport, if they're on their P's and Q's, will be expecting something like that, especially a field goal this long. You really don't want to try to block it, even if you did try to block it and have an unfortunate type of penalty that would give them a first down. So we will see the attempt here.
Oh, I think Lancaster moved. Yep.
Well, we had a couple Cruiser inside linemen that were upset, but it looks like Lancaster moved first, so they will back them up.
Now that's got to I mean, now you're looking at 54 yards. You're staying on.
Oh my goodness.
Other than an NFL game that I've been to, this will be the furthest high school I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know that I've ever seen a high school player even attempt something like this. And Groveport looks like it'll use its last time out.
That's a good timeout.
Yes.
To make sure you don't give them the 5 yards back or something.
That's true.
Don't rough the kicker.
Yeah.
Don't do anything crazy.
Don't want to do anything like that, especially, again, that's something that could very easily give him a better shot at that. And with Thomas's leg and the strength that he has in it, you don't want to take any chances. So again, with just over 17 seconds remaining in the second quarter, just an amazing night here again for football coming to you from Le'Veon Bell Field, a really nice field at Cruiser Stadium. We have several shots at the scoreboard here. And as it looks like they are now back to live action, Lancaster will have the punt team on now. So while Richard's still in the game, he's going to punt this one away. High end over end punt. That'll bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Groveport will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
So 11 seconds remaining. I would expect that the Cruisers will probably just come out and take a knee. Shu, what do you think?
I think that would be wise. You wouldn't want to have anything where you fumble a handoff or something like that. Just take a knee. You've won the first half, which is, the game's simple sometimes. If you win both halves, you're not going to ever lose. So I used to tell them, it doesn't matter the score, by how many. If you win both halves, you win the game.
See, and keeping it simple like that, that's what made you a great coach. I'm quite sure of that.
Well, I just think, you don't want players to have to think about a lot of stuff, in my opinion.
Not at all.
No, I want you just to play. Don't worry about all that other stuff.
And they do, in fact, take a knee as the clock ticks down to the end of the second quarter,
That's the end of your first
and that's exactly what it'll be. We'll go to our halftime show, which again is brought to you by Frankie Smith Funeral Home and the Fairfield Federal Savings and Loans. Groveport Madison 7, get Lancaster Golden Gales 3. We'll be right back after the halftime show.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Bay Food Market is Fairfield County's source for high-quality, locally sourced meats. The meat case is always full of quality fresh beef, pork, gourmet burgers, and gourmet brats for you and your family to enjoy. Bay Food Market cures and smokes their own hams, bacon, and sausage. Visit Bay Food Market at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster and discover the Bay Food Market difference. Open daily 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Thursday and Sunday. Bay Food Market, proudly serving Fairfield County families for more than 90 years.
Hi, I'm Christine Simmons with the United Way of Fairfield County. Our mission is to utilize all resources to achieve the greatest impact on our local needs, and this can only be accomplished by local support and generous donations from businesses like Buckeye Toyota and Buckeye Honda's Buckeye Cares program. That means Buckeye will make a donation to the United Way with each vehicle sold. From all of us at United Way, we say thank you, Buckeye, for all your support.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Where can I find advanced heart care?
When you choose Fairfield Medical Center for your heart care, you'll find confidence in our expertise and peace of mind in our compassion. Your health is important, and our heart and vascular experts specialize in the latest technology and treatments to keep you feeling your best. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Johnny B. Good and Earth Angel from the movie Back to the Future. Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Herdig, Assistant Directors Katie Harmon, Percussion Director Elena Savaline, Color Guard Instructor Elizabeth Osborne, and Drum Majors Tamara Cooper and Elliot Phillips, the Groveport Madison High School Marching Band. you for watching tonight's performance by the Groveport Madison High School Marching Band. We thank you all again for coming out to support our Cruiser Band, football team, and cheerleaders. Go Cruisers!
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Dagger Law has more than 110 years of experience in nearly every aspect of the law. When we're not just helping clients, we're helping the community. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and around town because we live and work here too. We are your neighbors, and we want to help you when you need it. When we help each other, we're stronger. Our community is stronger. Creating a strong, vibrant, healthy, and safe community is everyone's responsibility, and we take the responsibility seriously. We are local, we are trusted, we are experienced.
Swing into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
If you're looking for the best selection of clean, quality used vehicles, look no further than the Carriage Company. You'll feel secure with your purchase, knowing all vehicles undergo an extensive safety and service check prior to the sale. And all vehicles can be viewed online at carriagecompany.com. The Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
So wait!
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
I really like Fairfield County because we're just a great mix. We're not so isolated that we don't have resources, but we're also small enough that it's a real community. And I will say that I don't think I've ever seen or worked in a place where so many partners in the community come together and are truly collaborative.
I've been working in Fairfield County for over 20 years, and I've had a variety of positions within the county. Being a smaller county, I've been able to get to know the service agencies better and people that work within that. So I've always had those opportunities to be creative, to think out of the box. And through those collaborations, we've been able to really build some wonderful programming for the youth and families.
I think that everybody is really community minded, and they're really focused on, within the system of mental health care, they're really focused on getting people access to the care that they need and making sure that we're serving the people in Fairfield County.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
Central Ohio, home to thousands of businesses, large and small, each with owners and employees working hard to make their businesses work. We're the Savings Bank, and we're here for your business. When you call, we answer. When you email, we reply. And when you need a business loan, we get moving. Because in a market of thousands, we keep our eyes on your business. The Savings Bank.
sure that you're sitting in a seat by the start of the second half. The only time you should be out of your seat is when you're at the concession stand, at the restroom, and that is it.
Okay, and other scores across Central Ohio.
Pickering Central 14, Central Crossing 0, Upper Arlington 7, Olentangy Liberty 3, Hilliard Davidson 3, Hilliard Bradley 17, Worthington Kilbourne 0, Big Walnut 28, Newport 14, and Reynolds 4.
Thank you, Ben Anderson, for that score update.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jaron Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight, we've got a great one for you. The Blue Carroll Bulldogs.
We had a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up fourth down.
And we're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game. And thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you.
The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions, first time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
Be very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Welcome back to the second half of the IVP Sports Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week. We're here at Le'Veon Bell Field at Cruiser Stadium, where the Groveport Madison Cruisers have a 7-3 lead over the Lancaster Golden Gales. Set for the second half of action as we prepare for the kickoff. Kicking off for Lancaster again is J.D. Richards. Back deep for Groveport Madison is Jace East Elshire. We have a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Offsides against Groveport.
And it looks like it'll be offsides against Groveport. J.D. Thomas will reset. Five yards closer than he was before. Lancaster quick to the ball. They'll reset in the normal kickoff formation. J.D. Thomas. We have another whistle. This time it'll be offsides against the Golden Gales.
Penalty against Lancaster.
So back where we started, Shu. After a lot of activity. So as they reset the ball, we'll take a minute and maybe talk about, what were your thoughts about what we saw in the first half?
Well, I mean, Lancaster established themselves well, actually, with the help of some penalties on Groveport, advanced the ball, but had really hard time in the red zone. I thought that Groveport really cranked it up defensively in the second quarter and took a lot of things away from Lancaster. And they got the big turnover, which, there's the game pretty simple right there, 7-3.
Yes, that is in fact the difference. The only touchdown of the game thus far. Lancaster's had a couple opportunities deep inside of Groveport territory. Only been able to come away with one field goal. Had another field goal missed. And has scored 3 points in the first half. So for the third time, Thomas will kick off. Low line drive kick. Had a lot on it. East Elshire returns that at the goal line, takes it up the middle, met by a host of Lancaster defenders at about the 28-yard line, and that's where the Cruisers will take over.
Yeah, Nitzhauser was determined to bring that back.
Yes,
I mean, that was a bullet, like you said.
Impressive job by him just to catch it.
Yeah, he's an outstanding athlete, really good football player.
Yes, he really is. So, as the Cruiser offense takes the field, able to mount a couple drives, but again, a couple unforced errors and, of course, penalties stopped them at some inopportune times. They'll try the pass to the right side. That's Baker Bowden, again, behind center.
Complete to number 11.
Completes to Jeremiah Moore. Nice quick timing route.
Yeah, you got to remember, he's just a freshman. I mean, this is game 7, so if he's played all 6 games, he's only had 24 games quarters under his belt. I mean, that's not a lot.
No, it's not. But a nice timing route there to get him some confidence. We'll try another quick toss to the left. This time it's overthrown.
Pass incomplete, intended for
Not sure
10,
who was intended there.
Brings up 3rd and 6 for the
Might have been Lucas Reed, the senior, split out wide.
I know Coach Westcamp talked about 2 things with the passing game he really wanted to do. He wanted to throw it a little more. Obviously, they want to run, first priority, but he wanted to throw it a little more, and he said we really have to work on the consistency and the efficiency of the passing game, and you can see it here tonight. Not that he throws a bad ball or anything. It's just, the best ball is a caught ball.
And an accurate ball.
Yes, exactly. So
to give it a chance to be caught.
Yes.
Late substitution. Double reverse now. That'll go to Jeremiah Moore, and he's got some room. He's running around the left side. Has some room on the sideline. One man to beat, but he's got a blocker. And just tackled around the 5-yard line after a huge gain. Big run there by Jeremiah Moore.
Well, big influence, everybody to the right. Brought the double reverse. Marion, here we see the replay. Watch the total pursuit of the Gale defense right there.
Everybody's going to the left, you're right. At that point, it becomes a foot race.
Well, good job right there by number 5 for Lancaster.
Yes.
You know, keeping him in bounds so somebody could make a tackle.
That's Brendan Simcox making the game-saving tackle, but a nice block out front by the quarterback. Great Baker Bowden on that one.
Another procedure here.
Start against Groveport.
I tell you what.
Again, go ahead. You go.
Well, if Coach Westcamp's hair's not gray, it's going to be.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah. After tonight, I'm like, holy cow. You know, you know what? We expect this a little bit in the first 3 weeks, maybe.
Right,
but we're week 7.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I realize they are high school players and all that, but you can still. We've seen it with people who may not have even this amount of talent. You got to be able to know and when to move on the snap.
Separates the good teams from the great teams.
Yep.
This time it's a handoff inside to Joyce. Again, we said that we'd see him closer to the goal line.
Yeah.
Langston did a nice job of stretching him out on that.
Yeah, he's a physical player. That's a good. I mean, I like that from their perspective. That I'm going to put him in the game down here, and you know, when you're inside the 10, you know, he's going to come out now.
And it looks like a couple substitutions come out. They may have been the heavy package.
I think you're right.
for Groveport Madison.
Go back with their base offense here.
This time it'll be 2nd and 9.
It's where you got to have a lot of fight. You find out a lot about your team either way.
That's right. Goal to go for the Cruisers. Drop snap. Bowden picks it up, and he's rolling to his right. He'll try the right side. Pass is incomplete, intended for Jariah Golden.
Well, that's a good decision to get rid of it.
Yes.
Sometimes the best pass is an incomplete one.
Yeah, that was, again, especially after the bobbled snap as we look again on the Dagger Law replay.
Yeah, the timing at that point is not good.
So 3rd and goal. Again, this is the most activity that we've seen the Cruiser offense have so far tonight. Sure, they would really love to get some points inside the red zone, preferably a touchdown. It looks like our officials are now saying 4th down. Looks like we might have a scoreboard malfunction.
Correction, now it's 4th down.
Well, now they're... Yeah, I think Coach Westcamp's going to be upset on that one because it may certainly, I'm sure, would have affected the play calling had they had the correct down.
I guess I was on board with the downs we had.
I thought it was 3rd down too.
Me too. I don't know where we lost one.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, we had the run inside by Joyce, and then the incomplete pass to the right.
That's what.
The bobbled snap, and then there was a false start.
Yeah, but the false start was
right. That's a no play.
Yeah.
I do not recall another play. Nevertheless, the Cruisers will line up for a field goal attempt. It is good as Gutierrez boots it through and adds another 3 points to Groveport Madison's scoreboard.
Well, that's big. You know, you drive the ball the length of the field, and at least you get 3 points.
Yes. Yeah, they'll take that again, but it just seemed as a very odd sequence of events to not have the correct down and distance there. It's like that play a few years ago with Tom Brady when he forgot had the 4 fingers, thinking it was should have been 4th down, but it was the game was over. So
I don't know, Coach Schoonover out talking to the officials.
So now the kickoff return squad for the Gales set to return. Back deep again is Gunnar Richards. Kicking off for the Cruisers, again, Christian Gutierrez.
Now, he's kind of pooched it every time we've seen him
He
so
has,
far.
yeah.
You know, short kick or whatever you want to call it. There's a big gap in between the first and second lines.
Yeah, not sure if they're hoping or expecting maybe for a non-catch there. This time he'll boot it deep, and it is quite the boot. Richards will receive at about the 2-yard line, and he's galloping ahead. Nice gain past the 35-yard line as another flag comes sailing in.
That was from out of state, wasn't it? Wow.
It was.
I think they got
Looks
a
like
hold.
Got a hold, yeah.
Yep.
As Gunnar Richards limps off the field, that's not a good sign for the Gales.
No.
One of their leading ball carriers.
The call is holding against Lancaster.
Gunnar Richards, again, 380 yards on the ground. Yeah, it looks like you may have a hold there on Nieselser. Still a very nice return by Richards on the play. I'm not sure. It looks like he may have came down on that left knee.
You know, it's week 7, and we look around, and all the coaching staffs are in shorts.
Yeah.
I remember days when that wasn't the case in your week 7.
Not at all. This time it's an inside handoff to Dickerson.
Cole Dickerson, the ball carrier, picks up 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
Tackled by Joyce on the play. Yeah, that we just got word from the truck that our other broadcasting partners was third down. They had third down as well, so we'll see what happens on that one. Nevertheless, another inside handoff to Dickerson. Excuse me. He stood up at the line of scrimmage, and again that physical play shoe.
Yeah.
Groveport looks like a different team the last couple drives that Lancaster's had the ball.
Since the second quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, they really started to establish that, okay, we need to compete here at the line, and they've won the line of scrimmage.
They really are, and that was something, if you'd asked me ahead of the game, and I think I said even something about that where, that physicality, I thought Lancaster would have the edge there, but like you said, probably the last 3 or 4 drives, Groveport has really established their dominance on the line of scrimmage.
And I know Coach Schoonover gave a lot of credit when he talked about Groveport's defense. He told me they're very well coached and they're very tough.
This time Brody Burke in the shotgun formation, straight drop back, looking to his right. Couple defenders there as he intended it for Dickerson, but it sails high and incomplete. So it'll be a 3-and-out for the Gales. It'll be first to punt.
Cole Dickerson incomplete. Brings up 4th down and long for the Gales. Back to punt,
J.D.
number
Thomas.
25, J.D. Thomas. And deep for the Cruisers.
Trots onto the field.
Helzer.
Jason Schelser back deep to return the punt. High snap, but a decent kick.
Wow.
Schelser have to back up. Looks like he called for a fair catch. In fact, he did. And he'll fair catch that at the 30-yard line. So give it a 50-yard punt.
First and 10 from their own 31.
And J.D. Thomas really showing dividends not only in the field goals and extra points, but also in the punting game. When you have a punter that's able to flip the field like that, it's a huge advantage.
Kicking is so much of a weapon. And in high school, not everybody can or does have that. And when you do, it's a big factor.
It really is. It really is. So Groveport Madison will set up again. 10-3 still your score. Just over 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Quarterback Baker Bowden. Handoff up the middle. I believe the give was to Lucas Reed. Scratch that. Number 18, I believe, was Ronye Wilson.
Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Yep, I think you're right.
He is a gain of 3 on that play. He'll bring up 2nd and 7. Back to the traditional wing tee is Bowden. Looks over to the side. Man in motion gets the ball. That's Elijah Simmons. He's met for a very short game. Tackled by Cole Dickerson.
Third down and 6.
Yeah, when he tackles, it's a different tackle too. I mean, there's just guys like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You played with and against people. It's just different.
Absolutely. He reminds me a lot of Luke Timmis.
Yeah.
Coach Timmis from Fisher Catholic, as you know very well. That double threat, fullback, linebacker, just tough as nails, runs hard inside the tackles, has a little bit of speed to him, athleticism. Both really nice players. This time Bowden back. This time he'll be flushed to his right and loses the ball in the back tap. It is a fumble, live ball. It's still loose. And it's recovered by the Gales.
Yeah, at the 11-yard line.
Kelton Fisher scoops it up.
Recovers the fumble.
But look who's on the tackle there.
Yeah. Cole Dickerson.
Here we go.
We look at the dagger law replay.
Lancaster takes over the cruiser.
Great job of putting pressure on. He did not throw the ball. That's a good no call by the officials.
Wow. And that was Kelton Fisher that applied the original pressure. Cole Dickerson came and finished it off. And then Kelton Fisher actually recovers the fumble. Loose ball.
I'm not sure I thought they had possession. So we may have had 2 fumbles on that play.
May have been.
We need the official statistician up here, or I need to look at the replay a few more times, but here you go.
Nevertheless, the Gales take over. Inside handoff to Richardson. He bowls forward for about 3 yards. Nice low tackle made by the interior line of Groveport Madison. Oh, I beg your pardon. That was Xavier Goss on the carry.
Cole Dickerson, the ball carrier, picks up 2, brings up second.
Bring up second and 7.
Well, see him take advantage here. I mean, you're not going to get a better gift than that.
This is, in fact, a gift, Shua. You took the words right out of my mouth. They really need to capitalize on this here. Another handoff to Goss.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah, again, it's just that push up front, that defensive front for Groveport Madison really come with an attitude these last several drives. So crucial 3rd and 7 here for the Gales.
See what they've got up their sleeve.
Another tight formation. Goss in motion. They'll fake to Dickerson. Thrown right. Pass is intercepted.
Yeah, he just forced it.
And that was covered all the way. You're right, Shu. It was a force. And look who comes up with the ball. Jace Nieshelser. Another outstanding play.
Well, they tried to slip the back out of the backfield there. And we'll see here on the replay. Watch the right back, which is Goss. And he just didn't deliver it.
Yep, under pressure again.
Yeah. And
that's Keyshawn Calhoun applying the pressure.
Yeah, well, and you force it in, and then, Ninselzer, you're not going to fool him.
Yeah.
He's just too good.
Calhoun and Ninselzer, again, the 2 players that, as you said when you talked about with Coach Westcamp, really the big difference makers, and they both made a play on that one.
It is, and, it is about making plays, as you well know.
So deep in their own territory, Groveport. The give this time is to King. He dives ahead for, give him 3 yards.
Rashad King, the ball carrier, picks up
maybe closer to 2.
Brings up 2nd down and 9.
2nd down and 9. And the ball's only on the 4-yard line, so expect a series of quick hitters here, really just to try to get some space for the offense to operate.
Yeah, Lancaster's defense has been good all night. It's just they caught him on that reverse.
Yeah, they did.
Here
this
they
time's
come.
a quick toss to King.
Ooh.
He gets in the open field. Taken down by Sweet, but a very nice gain on the play. Slow to get up, though, is King. He is limping back to the huddle.
They're not taking him out, man.
He doesn't want to come out of the game.
Let's take our time in the huddle. Here you go. Quick toss. just to get him on the perimeter. Good block right there. Really good.
Really nice block. That's right. That's Joyce.
Yep, and then good tackle. I mean, if that tackle had not been made, he was off.
No, he might have still been running. We now have a stoppage of play. King is down. It looks like that might be an ankle injury. It's a little worse than he may have.
Give him credit.
Hoped.
He tried to get up and say, hey, I can do it. That's what you want your players to do, but.
Looks like he's in some pain, and that is a blow to the Groveport Madison Cruisers. I tell you what, he, again, as we said earlier, the leading rusher on the team, just an incredible athlete, leading not only the leading in yards, but also in touchdowns, 7 rushing touchdowns.
Yep. And while we're at it here, we got a moment, Marianne. Let's say thanks to Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
Looks like King will try to run it off. He still looks to be in a lot of pain, though.
Yeah, he's not too comfortable yet.
Back to live action here. On a 3rd and short, and the pile continues to be pushed forward. He hasn't been stopped. That is Joyce on the carry. Refusing to go down and getting a first down is Jalen Joyce.
Like we said, he's got a spirit to
He's
him.
got an spirits. The word I would use the word nastiness in the most complimentary phrase that I could say that.
I mean, you got to have that to play this game at a high level.
Look at this. That's the first initial contact, and he's not down. He's not even going backwards yet. I'm counting about 4, now 5, 6 maybe Lancaster defenders that he drags for a first down. So they'll give him the ball again. This time it's Joyce up the middle. Another horde of Lancaster tacklers, and he's not going down again. Jalen Joyce. Another amazing run as we look at the dagger law replay.
Sure will.
That's special stuff right there, Shu.
It is.
I mean, you talk about taking somebody for a ride. Taking somebody for a ride.
You know what? He stayed low and kept his legs moving.
Yes,
I mean,
he did.
and he's strong.
He is a strong, strong football player. Yes, he is. 2 consecutive first downs from Jalen Joyce off of very hard running. He'll come out of the game back to a normal formation for Groveport. Inside handoff to Lucas Reed. He goes over the guard for about a 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, good footwork right there. I'm not
nice.
sure that was designed necessarily there, but he bounced that little cut and got behind the blocking and picked up 5 yards.
Great cut, great vision.
Yeah. That's big, and when you run the ball, get 5 yards on first down. It's so big.
Mm-hmm. 2nd and 7 for Groveport. Motion man will get the ball. Nice breaking tackles. That's Josiah Foster, number 22.
Josiah Foster, the ball carrier.
Who is what you would call the definition of a scat back, 5'7", 165, but he is quick as a cat and showed a little bit of it on that play. So now 3rd and short. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
They're just really establishing themselves physically here in the 2nd and 3rd quarter.
Yes, they are. Bowden under center. Give the Guinness to Reed. He's got some room, breaking 2 and 3 tackles. As he scoots ahead to just short of the 40-yard line. And he'll move the chains again. We have a injured Lancaster player. That's Xavier Goss. Slow to get up. Goss limping off the field. as we get a closer look at Coach Schoonover. Shu, we talked about, how this is such a big rivalry game. Obviously, the close proximity, the divisional rival, but you also have two coaches that know each other very, very well, have known each other for a while, have so many connections. You got to hear some more about that this week.
It's really a pleasure to get to know them because this is 2 years in a row. And they both grew up here in Groveport and graduated from Groveport.
Yeah.
And they live 4 houses apart.
I did not know that.
How about that? And they don't talk during this week.
No,
but they're best friends.
Not to. Yeah.
And they talk all through the year and through the season. And they know, and both of them accuse the other one that they're going to come up with something that I'm not quite, because we know each other so well. They both said, that's going to happen. I know he's going to have some kind of fake pun or, something. So, but it was great listening to them. They're both classy, well-versed in the sport, and just great opportunity for me to get to meet these young men.
That's neat. That is Coach Mitch Westcamp, head coach of the Groveport Madison Cruisers. Both coaches, just great coaches, great people, and have programs on the rise for sure.
Well, that's what we need in the game. It takes a commitment. It's a job that most people have really not an understanding of the amount of time and effort it takes if you're going to do it the right way. There's a lot involved. As we say before the games every week, it's an event.
Yes.
It's a community event.
Yes, it is.
It's a big deal.
So after the penalty backs up Groveport, they'll now have 1st and 15, man in motion. Inside handoff is King, who's back in the game. Makes some shifty moves for a short game.
Brings up 2nd down and 13.
And it's nice to see him back in the game.
Yes.
After what looked to be a potential scary injury to that ankle. And sometimes it's just a matter of just tie that shoe up pretty tight and get back in there, as you know all too well.
Absolutely.
So gain of about 2 will bring up 2nd and 13. Now under a minute remaining in the second quarter, in the second half, third quarter. Double reverse once again. This time it's to Amar Dunlap.
Ooh.
But Lancaster was not fooled on that one. Nice tackle on the open field, but looks like we may have had a late hit or unnecessary roughness away from the play.
Amar Dunlap on the ball carry for the Cruisers, but there's a flag on the play. Horse colors.
As we look here at the Dagger Law replay again.
Holding against the Cruisers.
And they're going to get the Cruisers for a hold. I'm not sure where that was.
They thought that was a horse collar, but actually he just grabbed the jersey.
Yeah, it was. Nice.
See right here.
Yeah, that's Cody McCoy. Great pursuit there and a perfectly legal tackle. But again, I believe that the call on the play was unnecessary roughness away from the ball. There was a very, holding, excuse me. Okay, holding was the call on the play.
Well, that's big because, Groveport has had the momentum here and really is established. They can run the ball.
Yes.
Gotten physical.
2nd down and about 22
But
to go.
when you start getting penalties, we've seen this so many times through the years that penalties and turnovers are very difficult to be a good offensive team if you have those.
Baker Bowden sprints in with the play. Groveport to the line of scrimmage, facing the 2nd and 21. We'll see if they get this play off. Coming up on 30 seconds remaining. This time it's a direct snap to King. And tackled by a host of Gale defenders.
Rashad King, the ball carrier, but there's a flag on the play.
I think they got a face mask.
Yeah, maybe.
Face mask against Lancaster.
And that is, in fact, a call, a face mask. So they'll take all of those penalty yards back and then some to give them a very reasonable
Ladies and
second
gentlemen,
down.
get your 50-50 tickets out. It's time
And
to
direct snap
announce
to
the
King. We'll
winning
see if
number.
it looks like that May have been the face mask we just saw. Wasn't much of anything, Shu.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe there. No, I don't see a hand there.
I thought earlier in the play there was contact made with the face mask, but again, it's sometimes it's the grabbing that I know the officials typically look for. Not that they have to have that, but nevertheless they'll mark it off and bring the Groveport Madison Cruisers pretty much back to where they started initially.
You can turn that in the concession stand, please.
So instead of 2nd and 22, it'll be 2nd and about,
after the penalty,
like
it'll
5.
be 2nd down and 7 for the Cruisers.
7, I beg your pardon.
I'm with you. It looks like 5 from here, but maybe 6. I think it's 6, actually. It's going to be the end of the quarter.
And that is the end of the third quarter. As we enter the fourth quarter, again, with the Groveport Madison Cruisers holding on to a 7-point lead, 7-3 over the Lancaster Golden Gales.
Even though only 3 points went on the scoreboard, tonight's second half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. More information can be found at BuckeyeLakeMarina.com.
And while we have a little additional time before the fourth quarter starts, we'll also take a minute to update you on some scores. Canal Winchester now nursing a 17-7 lead over Westerville North. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at the computer points for the Division I Region 3.
Yeah, the top 16 qualify in every region. So here's the top 9. You can see, all the teams here and the records. I'm not going to read them to you, but you can see that Lancaster and Groveport do not fall in there yet. But when you flip it over, look how close Lancaster and Groveport are. So this game is not only big for the league, it's big for where they're going to be seeded down the road in the playoffs.
Sure. And so much of those matchups depend on who you draw in the first round.
And like we said earlier, there's really nobody on the rest of their schedule that I think either team can beat. We've seen it happen.
For sure. Short game by Groveport in the first play of the fourth quarter will bring up about 3rd and 5. Again, critical 3rd down by Groveport here.
Yeah, Lancaster's really got to buckle it up defensively if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, as the clock continues to tick down, to score here, if Groveport's able to convert this and go into the end zone, would be huge for the remainder of the game. Bowden under center. This will be a toss to King. He'll dodge one tackler in the backfield, but not get much more than that. Will be short of the first down.
Yeah, but I liked the cornerback coming up really hard there. Cody McCoy came up and forced that, made sure that play stayed inside where pursuit can come. Because if he gets around that corner, you're in trouble.
Exactly right.
Good defensive play.
So 4th and 4. Looks like the Cruiser offense will stay on the field.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to get out of a punt here?
Right.
Maybe force them to drive further. I mean, playing Lancaster, that may be something, but they're going to go for it.
So here we go, Bowden in the shotgun. Short pass to the left, but it falls short. Looked like he had to throw that earlier before Jeremiah Moore was ready for it. So turnover on downs.
Lancaster takes
a very nice
bend
but don't break sequence for the Lancaster Golden Gales, who will get the ball back in their own territory.
Now they got to find a way to try and solve this defense.
Yeah, they do.
Because Groveport's defense has turned it up a notch.
Yeah.
It really has taken the basic run plays away from them. And, I really think they've just really played tough at the point of attack.
Yeah, they've really not given them an opportunity to run between the tackles, and that is where Lancaster wants to live and breathe. We know that with Cole Dickerson and the other running backs running inside, and they just have not given an inch on the inside thus far. Tight formation. This time Burke's under center. They'll try again up the middle behind the right guard.
Cole Dickerson, the ball carrier.
And again, that stout defense in the middle.
Brings up 1, brings up 2nd down and 9.
Very short gain of about 2 yards. Lynchburg back to the line of scrimmage again under center. Gunnar Richards under center. He'll take the handoff on the sweep to the left, but brought down from behind.
Guess who?
Guess who? Jalen Joyce once again. He's just unblockable at some point.
He just,
you know, really. I mean, he just causes so much havoc.
He's over here on the left end that time. They move him around. They'll put him inside or out, but watch the replay here. See, he just came through.
Yeah.
He's quick. He's got great effort, and and as you described him, he's got a little nasty to him.
Yeah, and it's again,
it's
just a tough ask to ask those linemen, specifically the guards and tackles, to try to beat into the spot. This time it'll be a pass, but Joyce again provides pressure on Bowden, who skips that pass short of Cole Dickerson.
Incomplete.
So to bring up 4th down for the Gales, they'll be forced to punt.
Back game for the Cruisers, number 2, Jace Nipsey-Helzer. On the punt for the Gales, number 25, J.D. Thomas.
Then Shelster back again to return for the Cruisers. J.D. Thomas will punt for the Gales. Another high punt. Then Shelter looks like he will back away. And that'll roll dead at about the 15-yard line, allowing the Cruiser offense to come back on the field.
Well, 9 minutes to go. This play this drive can make or break the game either way. If Groveport can consume the clock as they have here pretty much in this half and get any points, it'll be very tough for the Gales.
Yeah, and it's been that type of game where you can very easily see if Groveport's able to get some momentum, really get their offense going, get the physicality that they've shown these past several drives. It could be something where they string together 5-6 first downs and next thing you know, 6 minutes of kick off the clock.
Yeah, because Lancaster had their opportunity with 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line and just could not seem to get anything going. End up with a turnover. And, that's tough. You only get so many chances per night.
Yep, turnovers inside the red zone will kill you. Inside handoff to Reed.
He's had a good second half.
He's had a really nice second half. Runs really hard between the tackles. Shows great footwork. And has broke a couple tackles along the way as well.
Correction, make that 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
So Lucas Reed, after about a 6-yard gain, will set up 2nd and 4. Now about 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the 4th. Bowden under center. He'll give to King, tries to bounce it, breaks a couple tackles before he's dragged down, and now it's another late flag that comes in. King looks a bit slow to get up. Not sure what the call might have been on that one.
No idea.
Came from the back, so it could have been a hold. Been a late one.
It's a personal foul face mask against Lancaster.
And another face mask, this time against the Gales. We'll check out the dagger law replay.
He did a great job here. Watch him with his stiff arm. Right there. Just shed the tackler.
Groveport now has a 1st and 10 from their own 46.
His helmet comes off. I'm not sure.
Well, we couldn't see for the official here. I mean, I never saw him grab the mask. I don't know.
Well, nevertheless, again, mark it off. 1st down and 10 for Groveport Madison. Reed, shifty running through the middle. Gain is 6 yards.
Ball carries Lucas Reed, picks up 4, brings up 2nd down
they're
and
just
6.
kind of, they're getting everything they want.
Yeah, 4 or 5 yards a pop.
Yep.
And, an offense like this, in a game like this, will really give them a leg up.
Well, Reed provides the inside.
Reed this time behind Bowden will take another handoff. Dodges a tackler at the line of scrimmage before he's met by a host of Lancaster defenders.
Now here's a big play coming up.
That it is. She's
Lucas Reed
3rd and
picks up
4.
2, brings up 3rd down and 4.
Ball just short of the 45-yard line.
You know, sports that use clocks, there's a lot of way to play the game. But
Yes.
sometimes you can make the clock the opponent. And if they can minimize the clock, it'll become a real factor in the game.
This time in I formation, Jalen Joyce is deep. He'll take the handoff. Boom! And trucking defenders, still on his feet until he's forced out of bounds. What a powerful run. Again, Jalen Joyce. 3rd down, give it to your monster.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think?
Wow.
This is a replay I can't wait to see. There's Jalen Joyce. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my.
Using defenders as a speed bump.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah, he was out of bounds a little before they
the
called
28,
him out.
I think. Yeah, they marked it.
Oh, okay, they
got
did.
it.
They got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
But they let the play fit.
What an impressive run. I'm sure they just wanted to see if they could get him down. He'll get the ball again.
Yeah, too tired.
Yeah. That time, nice play by Cole Dickerson. And he did look a little winded on that one.
Well, Dickerson's a state wrestler.
He's not to be slept on either.
No.
But what a huge first down that was.
Oh, massive.
Yeah. As the clock continues to tick, now coming up on 6 minutes remaining in the 4th.
Yeah, 3rd and 4, you're going to at least take off another 2.5 or 3 minutes here on this first down they got. And they certainly aren't rushing up the line and getting a snap quick.
2nd down, give again is to Reed. He's met by number 26.
Lucas Reed, the ball carrier, picks up 1.
Kevin Monahan.
Make it 3rd down and 9.
Another crucial 3rd down for the Cruisers. This will be about 3rd and 8. But as that clock continues to tick, Shu, it is, as you said, not the friend of the Golden Gales. Another tight formation. This time King's the deep man. Bowden will hand to him. Nice sidestep, and now he'll reverse his field. Gets a block from Baldy. Try to get to the outside. And is pushed out, and a flag on the play.
Rashad King, the ball carrier, but there is a flag.
And they're
on
going
the
to
play.
say he was hit late out of bounds. Very nice athletic run by Rashad King. As we look at the dagger ball replay. Nice block by Bowden. He scoots to the outside, outrunning all the defenders. And he's out of bounds, but you know, we've already started that to tackle him. You can't ask a young man to stop in mid, you know, as he's hurling himself.
Yeah,
you know, because
I
you can
agree
never
with you.
guarantee that someone's going out of bounds.
And you were an offensive player.
Oh, yeah.
Saying that. No, seriously.
No, I was.
I agree with you.
So,
I think that's tough.
Yeah.
You're going full speed, and the guy's right on that line.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a shame.
That's a tough one. Nevertheless, you know, and the thing, he was short of that first down, so that does give him the first down, which allows Groveport Madison to tick off even more time.
Down and 9.
That time the give was to Elijah Simmons. He gained about a yard.
That's going to take another 2.5 minutes, and see what happens here. Whether if they score, then it becomes even that more difficult.
Yep. Bowden back in with the play. He's under center. Gives it to the first man through. I believe that's Lucas Reed again.
Yes, clear down to the 2.
Nice run there by Reed. Again, just refusing
Lucas
to go
Reed,
down.
the ball carrier.
He doesn't run with quite the same power as Joyce does, but he packs a wall himself.
He has been so effective this time.
He really has. He really has. Have an injured player.
Just a quick reminder, no standing along the rails, please. No standing along the rails. Thank you very much.
That's for Groveport Madison. I believe that's Oronde Denby. As they tend to Denby, we'll take a look to update you on some scores going around locally. Again, Canal Winchester still maintaining a 17-7 lead over the Westerville North Warriors in the third quarter. Amanda Clear Creek trailing Tays Valley 34-14. That game's in the fourth quarter as well. Grove City Christian all over Millersport 41-0. Fairfield Union nursing a 17-7 lead over the Liberty Union Lions. Fairfield Christian with a 42-36 lead over Bishop Rosecrans. Not much time remaining in the fourth quarter. Miller still leading Fisher Catholic 37-20. And we now have an updated score in the third quarter. Bloom Carroll Bulldogs 35, Logan Elm Braves 6.
Wow.
Yeah. So Bloom Carroll, again, continuing to be one of those dominant teams in the area. We thought that would be a close one with a 5-1, and then Logan Elm being 6-0 coming into the game. It's a huge thing for them. And there's an unfortunate shot there, a great shot there by Tim Russo, but you hate to see all the pain on the face of number 59, Oronde Denby, as they try to carry him off.
You have to get some bigger guys to bring him, fellas.
Yeah.
Because he can't put any weight or pressure on that.
That's really unfortunate. We hope that injury is not too serious, but it does not look good for Denby. Certainly thoughts for him. We'll take a look at him on the sideline. So back to live action as they start to wind the clock again. 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Third down and 3. Baker Bowden will go under center. Hand again, but he stood up and met by about 3 lengths of defenders. Xavier Goss comes out with the football, but they're going to blow it dead before that took place. And now Lancaster will use one of its timeouts to stop the clock.
Yeah, you got to leave yourself some time here.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you can get a fourth down stop.
Timeout Lancaster. That's their first.
It's hard to believe, again, because Groveport Madison has had such a dominant time of possession here, pretty much since midway through the second quarter, that the game's only 10-3.
I know.
It feels like it should be more than that.
Lancaster has not been able to get anything going offensively, but the defense, as you said, has been, but not broken.
Yeah.
They fought all night.
Yeah, they have.
They've hung in there, but they just have not been able to get any offense established at all.
No. And I'm sure we'll talk about it as the game goes on here. If this game does not end in the way that the Golden Gales would hope, they're really going to be kicking themselves for that opportunity that they had down here on the interception at the goal line. So, again, not to even come away with points when you have a field goal kicker that's capable of making it, that's a tough one.
Well, part of that's the growth of a young quarterback,
Sure.
too, knowing at that point you can't make it a possibility that there could be a turnover. You just have to like I said, the best pass sometimes is an incomplete one.
Right, yeah.
Here Groveport's going to try and kick.
Yeah, very important field goal here. This is Christian Gutierrez lining up, the freshman. Good hold, and Gutierrez boots it through, but that was an excellent hold
Christian Gutierrez,
by number 8,
is good.
Peyton
Your
Short.
score now, Lancaster 3, Groveport Madison 13.
Yeah, Coach Westcamp had talked about the special teams. He said, we've had a heck of a time with bad snaps.
Yeah.
And he said, just detail stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, we've got to clean that up because Gutierrez we can rely on him.
He's got a nice leg,
Yeah.
particularly for a freshman, and that snap was very far from perfect. It looked like it bounced just before it got to the hold, but again, Peyton Short did an excellent job of scooping that off of the bounce and getting it ready for Gutierrez to come up and boot it through. So that gives the Groveport Madison Cruisers a 2-score lead now, 13-3 over the Golden Gales with 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the game. And that will, again, while it's only 10 points, that is a big ask for this Lancaster offense to try to overcome with 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, they've been up and down offensively. I mean, 2 weeks ago they got shut out at Darby, who has a very good team and a very good defense. And then they bounced back against Central Crossing, got 24 points the week before. Yeah. But you know, for them to score, they have to really be really good at their execution. They've had turnovers. They've had 2 turnovers, which are costly to their offensive, efficiency. And you know, with that, for them, they have not committed a lot of penalties. They've had no drive stoppers in that area, so that's a plus. But now you just got to take care of the football.
Yeah. Yep. This time a deeper kick by Gutierrez. Fielded at about the 12-yard line. Big hit. And looks like it'll be blown dead at the 21-yard line. So while we have a minute, let's talk about the players of the game. And we'll start with the Lancaster Golden Gales. And we'll remind you that tonight's Lancaster player of the game is brought to you by Bay Food Market. Oh, first we'll look at the replay.
Yeah.
Whoa, upended there. Number 15, Trayden Roby. He's done a nice job of returning punts.
Yeah, and that was Amar Dunlap from Groveport making that tackle.
Yeah, fantastic tackle. Trips right. Brody Burke in the shotgun. 3-step drop. He'll step forward. Can't find a man, so he'll just run out of bounds.
Whoa.
Ooh, that was a little late, and there's the flag on that one.
I mean, now that one, it's a quarterback, number 1, in this day and age.
Yeah.
And number 2, he's already already out of bounds.
No, they're going to get that one.
Personal foul against Groveport.
So it is a personal foul. Give the Golden Gales 15 more yards after that short run by Brody Burke. And now we'll take a second to talk about the Lancaster offensive player, or the Lancaster player of the game, which is brought to you by Bay Food Market. Stop in at Bay's and check out their weekly gourmet burgers and brat selection, and shop their full-service fresh meat case. Bay Food Market at the corner of Walnut and Maple Streets in Lancaster since 1932.
I mean, honestly, when we look at the game from both sides, we're watching the whole game, and I think.
As
I think
Burke
he caught
steps forward, attempts a pass. Richards, they're going to say that, yes, it was in fact a catch.
I mean, when you look at the player of the game and you look at the whole thing, I think, like I said, J.D. Thomas was during he was so effective in things he did, and we'll watch this play and come back to that.
Burke again in the gun. This time he'll roll to his right. The short pass completed to Burke, but he's stopped immediately.
I mean, the guy that impacts the game more than it is Cole Dickerson.
Yeah.
I mean, offensively, defensively. Yeah. I mean, he affects it with his hard-nosed running, but also his play from the linebacker position. We've seen him make a couple really great tackles tonight.
Burke straight drop back this time. He's pressured by Joyce. He'll throw it high, almost intercepted. Pass falls incomplete, but we do have a flag.
Pass is complete, but there is a flag on the play.
Oh, I beg your pardon. It was complete. Pass was completed.
Roughing the passer.
Foul, roughing the passer against Groveport Madison.
So it'll be another personal foul penalty against Groveport Madison. And congratulations again to Cole Dickerson, our Bay Food Market Lancaster player of the game. Number 7, Cole Dickerson.
His effort week in, week out, every time we see him is very consistent.
It really is. It really is. There's a shot of Cole. And that's, as you continue to talk to Coach Schoonover and really, everyone on the staff, they can't say enough good things about the kid. He's, one of those players that, I think the word that we hear brought up the most with him is consistent. He's so consistent. In practice and game, when we have a player like that setting the tone, it makes all the world of difference. This time again in the shotgun, Burke will try the quick game. Throw to his left, completed and then broken up.
Well, when I asked Coach Westcamp from Groveport, I said, any major concerns? He says, number 7. He did not hesitate.
Yeah. But they've done a really nice job. Well, he did a nice job of bottling up on the offensive. He did get some momentum going, but certainly not to the back where it was really able to impact the game too much. So 2nd and 10. Burke again in the shotgun. Looking to his left. Pass is complete. Dylan Bird on the reception. And looks like he is very close to the first down.
Picks up 7. Makes it 3rd down and 3.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3.
I mean, you never give in because you don't know. I know you're down 2 scores, but you should keep playing here. You have 2 timeouts.
Yep. And anything can happen if you get a score on an onside kick.
Absolutely.
This time empty backfield. Burke will look to his left again. Short pass, but complete to Brody. Excuse me. Complete to...
Burke's pass completed to number 13, Bird.
To number 13
for a
was
loss of
Dylan
1.
Bird once again, but he was
Brings
tripped
up
up
4th
as
down
soon as he
and
caught the
4.
pass. And that will cause Lancaster to take another timeout.
Timeout, Lancaster.
So while we have a timeout for Lancaster, let's take a minute to talk about the Groveport player of the game. We'll remind you that the Groveport player of the game is brought to you by Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Learn more about Carriage at Carriage Company.
Just another quick reminder, Suits. Hopefully you made those
5'11", 255-pound junior.
Not much suspense.
Called Monster.
Yeah.
Jalen Joyce.
And he certainly earned his nickname this season. My goodness. Punishing run after punishing run after,
chase down.
Chase down in the backfield, pressure applied to the quarterback, monster hit on the defensive side of the ball. He's just been everywhere tonight. And again, in all seriousness, the most crucial 3rd down of the game when they're coming down here. Not only they give him the ball, not only does he convert the 3rd and 7, he does it in amazing fashion, running over players. That certainly earns you player of the game, Jalen Joyce. Field goal attempt is up, and it sails just wide right.
J.D. Thomas.
So unsuccessful attempt by J.D. Thomas. And that will give the Cruisers the ball back.
That was a 40-yard attempt.
Yeah.
That's out there.
Well, and he's had plenty of leg on both of those long attempts. He's just, in the one case, was very close. Both of us actually from our angle thought it was good, but they did call it no good. And on that one, again, it certainly had some distance on it. But
I noticed the high school rule, the ball goes to the 20.
Yes, you're right, yeah.
I mean, that's something that I've gotten so used to with college and pro.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why they always have a bigger consideration sometimes.
Sure, yeah. Yep.
But I see what Coach Schooner was trying to do is, okay, let's get a score. We got to score 2 anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So unsuccessful attempt there, and Groveport Madison will take back over. Reed's the ball carrier again. He's spun down.
Lucas Reed for no gain.
By Kelton Fisher.
Take their last time out.
And not much that Lancaster will be able to do after they take their final timeout here. So it'll be incumbent upon the Cruisers to secure the ball and not turn it over. But they can bleed out pretty much the rest of the clock after this.
I mean, Lancaster won 17-7 last year. Groveport won 13-3. So they're tough. These are tough, hard-nosed games.
They are. Yeah, it is quite the rivalry. I tell you, it's been fun to watch. It was certainly fun to watch last year. This year has been more of a physical game, a slower game as far as tempo, and really has been the difference has just been those 2 turnovers.
Absolutely.
The one turnover that led to the only touchdown of the game, and then the turnover that Lancaster had the opportunity to go in and score, or at least get 3, and threw the touchdown on the goal line there.
Nope, simple game sometimes. as I've always said, it's a simple game but hard to do. Unless you've been involved in playing and coaching and that, it's really hard to understand these young people, how well they really do.
Bowden under center, and again to Reed. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, but now they're going to be able to take about 40 seconds off here.
Rashad King, the ball carrier. Picks up 2, brings up 3rd down and 9.
The one thing, they have such a nice scoreboard here, but they do not have the play clock here at this stadium.
No, I tell you, I've gotten used to when we do games.
Yeah, it spoils you, doesn't it?
Bloom Carroll. I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
I'm watching the play clock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
it makes a world of difference. I'm sure it does for the quarterback.
I'm like you. I've been
as well.
watching the back judge because he goes from 10 seconds and down to 5. I think they're going to call timeout.
Yeah. And that, in fact, they do.
Yeah, I've gotten the used to be that way where I was watching. Then I haven't been watching the back judge because of the play clocks.
Yeah.
That's their first of the half.
So, and while we have one final timeout, we'd be remiss if we didn't thank our amazing Interphase Video Sports staff. You know, we have such great camera shots as we're getting one right there of the crowd here at Groveport. Our crew does such a fantastic job. Our director, Bob Campetti, Josh Messerly, Shane Messina, Donnie Ziegfeld, Jason Roush, Tom Russo, and Jim Spires. There's a look at Tom Russo, who does a fantastic job. There's Jason up on the top there with the camera. And, of course, Jim there, manning the middle as always. There's Jim.
Yeah, and we should bring up that Jim has been with IVP even longer than me.
Yes, he has.
31 years, which means he's probably older than I am.
We won't talk about ages here. We will.
And Jason also, right? Yeah.
Okay.
There's Jim.
Yeah.
They're the best, I tell you what.
They are. Such a awesome opportunity to bring you these games each week, and we could not do it. We could not do it without our amazing staff here.
Back to punt for the
Great
Cruisers,
job
number
on the
2.
truck,
Jace
the cameras.
Pincy-Helzer.
Just a really awesome job. So with 45 seconds now remaining in the fourth quarter, it'll be 4th and 5. Groveport will line up deep to punt, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to run this down to about 28 seconds, if I'm correct.
Yep, and Shelster will be deep, and the celebration will begin. As it appears that the Groveport Madison Cougars will get their 4th win of the season. Hard-fought win nonetheless, but they'll take them any way they can get them, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they'll take this momentum into facing the Tigers of Pickerington, who, you know, my philosophy on all that is you can't be the champ till you beat the champ.
That's
so,
right.
you know, you got to line up and go get them.
That's so true. You know, Pick Central, they, you know, you hate to say that they're having a down year because, you know, they're still an amazing football team, but, you know, starting with a new regime, you know, up there, and as we look at Groveport's schedule the rest of the way, you know, they'll move to 4-3 tonight, but take on a tough Pickerington team, and then finish out with Newark and Central Crossing.
Yeah, and there's no gifts. I mean, you earn them all.
That's right. Back to live action. Snap is hiding in Shelster. He'll get it off. No one's deep back. They were sending the house there. Lancaster, and nice job by Ninchelser just to get that off. They roll dead at the 46-yard line.
You see Lancaster, you know, they got to go back, get to work, and they go to Runsburg. Then they'll face the Tigers, and of course they end up with, which is always good in Week 10.
Yes, it is.
Arch rival. Get to play the Wildcats up in Newark.
That's right. In Newark, you know, again, the record is 2-4, and you know they've had some struggles over the years, but you know they're building a program as well, and they've done a little things here and there to, you know, get the players excited, get the players involved. They've had a couple wins, as we see, and you know they could do some damage if Lancaster takes them too lightly. This may be the last play of the game.
Yeah, there's nobody more Newark than Bill Franks to me. I've known Coach Franks a long time in some different capacities.
As have I.
He's true blue Newark Wildcat.
Yep. So 13 seconds remaining, 2nd and 10.
And that's what's fun about this division. I think it's just so competitive. And you're going to throw Chase Valley and Logan in next year. And I think it'll be a big adjustment for them.
Yeah.
Just because of how the competition is. Not that they don't have good programs and good players, but just you got to really line up and play every Friday.
Absolutely. So Brody Burke again in the shotgun with Cole Dickerson to his right. Dickerson will now motion out. Straight drop back, he'll throw over the middle, but it's behind his intended receiver, Jackson Burke.
Number 9, Jackson Burke,
Bring up
incomplete.
third down with
Brings
9
up third
seconds
and
now
long.
remaining. So third down again, 4 receivers to the left. Burke is in the shotgun this time. Looking to his left. He'll throw over the middle, though. Pass is complete to Gunnar Richards. He'll make a move in the open field, but he'll be taken down. Will gain a first down, but that will likely be the last play of the game as Lancaster is now out of timeouts. They'll stop the clock and move the chains. And once they start it back up, that will do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the game.
And that is the end of the game, folks.
Lancaster 3.
Your final from
Groveport
Le'Veon Bell Field. Groveport Madison 13, Lancaster Golden Gales 3.
Have a great weekend and please drive home safely.
So, Shu, as we said, a very, very physical game, tough fought game. We saw some really, really big hits, really, really tough runs. But Groveport Madison, while they made some mistakes early, particularly on their first drive, or I guess Lancaster's first drive, they had a lot of unforced errors early. They settled down, kept the penalties to a minimum, and made the big plays when they had to.
Yeah, I really thought that Groveport started establishing themselves in the second quarter, and they just allowed nothing easy for the Gales, and the Gales were not efficient enough and effective enough offensively to really, really cause some. I don't know whether you call it frustration or put some angst into the defense of Groveport. I just thought they dominated the game from that point on.
Yeah, they really did.
Not by a lot of points.
No, and sometimes it doesn't take a lot of points,
Yeah.
but when you're able to establish your will, Lancaster really just couldn't get anything going, particularly in the middle of the line of scrimmage where they, again, like to have the heart and soul of their offense. Cole Dickerson does a lot of damage in there. He did very, very little tonight. Not so many things that went well for the Gales tonight, but they still have a lot that they can build on. They still have a really nice team and can do some really nice things for the remainder.
Absolutely, like we said, we saw they go to Rumsburg, then they play the Tigers from Pickerington, and I've seen them beat them over the years in some different scenarios where you never thought they had a chance. And like we talked, you go up to your arch rival in Week 10 in Newark, and it's interesting.
Yeah,
they've got a shot, and they can place themselves for the postseason wherever they want to. They get to determine that. So that's all you can ask for.
Yep. So that'll do it again from Le'Veon Bell Field. We'll thanks so much for joining us, folks. We'll look again to our next week's game, which will be the Fisher Catholic Irish hosting the Millersport Lakers. So that'll be a really nice matchup that we'll get to see two mid-state league teams. It'll be we don't get to see a whole lot of Millersport, so it'll be nice to see them take on a familiar foe, and we'll see what happens next week. So, again, from Groveport, Madison, Le'Veon Bell Field, and Cruiser Stadium, we will bid you farewell. Groveport, Madison, Cruisers 13, Lancaster Golden Gales 3 for the Buffalo Wild Wings IVP Sports Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina. This has been an IVP Sports production.